Trump. I have Warren Buffett on the line.
Warren, thanks for calling. I need to talk to you about getting back into this billion-dollar bracket challenge.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Listen, pal, I had all my best bookmakers from all my casinos do my picks, and I told them I wanted this Dalton.
You mean Dayton?
Dayton! And I insisted they give me Stanford over the Kansas Bird Chickens. But you know what? They defied my wishes, so you know what I did?
You probably said you're fired.
That's exactly what I said. I said you're fired.
You know, Donald, you could still win the $100,000.
How about this? How about I give you Mar-a-Lago?
Donald, listen,
you don't want these people to have $1 billion. All they would do is buy four-wheelers, cigarettes, and domestic beer.
Donald.
And God forbid they buy a house in your neighborhood. And you got Camaros everywhere, and trucks driving up and down the street with big American flags. Very gaudy.
Listen, Donald, I gotta go. I just bought this show called The Box Score, and it starts right now.
What?
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins, The Box Score.
Welcome to the Box Score, friends. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. First weekend of the tournament in the books. My beloved Kansas Jayhawks are done. How are your brackets looking, guys? Paulie, let's start with you.
I've learned over the past couple of years to ignore my bracket the first 4 days because all of our brackets are going to suck to some level.
Yeah.
And as long as your final four teams are still in place, you could still go from last to first in a matter of 2 days.
Seton, how about you?
I took a pretty significant hit to my Elite Eight, but my Final Four is still intact. I think I'm pretty far down, actually, in terms of our bracket challenge, but I've still got the big ones alive, so I'm okay in that respect.
I'm still hanging in there. I got 5 of my Sweet 16 teams are gone, which isn't great, but I think only 2. I've only lost 2 of my Elite Eight, and I still have all four Final Four teams where they need to be without a big X through it, so I'm still hanging.
I actually have 7 of 8 Elite Eight teams alive. I have the same exact 7 teams that Dan Patrick has. Coincidence that he gave me his bracket 5 minutes before I filled mine out? Perhaps.
Okay, speaking of brackets, the man behind the $1 billion bracket challenge joined us today. Fritzy, do you have to go through anybody to book him, or do you simply give him a call directly?
It was a lot easier than I thought. Paulie had, brought the topic to our attention when we first had him on about this $1 billion bracket contest, and we went through Berkshire Hathaway, went to a website which led to his assistant, and literally within that same 24-hour period, we got a word back that he was agreeable to come on, and we reached out to that same assistant the second time around today, and he was great.
Okay. As usual, the boss had no trouble having fun.
How's your bracket?
Not doing well. I mean, if you're a Creighton fan, it's a little tough.
But do you pick with your head or your heart?
Well, if it's not for money, I pick with my heart.
Well, explain this to me, though, that people who have a lot of money get uncomfortable talking about all the money they have.
I don't get uncomfortable.
Oh, you don't?
No. In fact, I've learned to carry that burden.
Good.
What an awesome dude, man. Like, I totally want to hang with Warren Buffett.
Yes.
He's like the most quirky. I mean, I guess if you're a billionaire, you kind of have to be a little quirky. I don't know. I mean, are you quirky before you get billions of dollars or after? But just the idea that this guy has, like, his own personal wealth is like most countries' total economy is mind-boggling.
I love it because people have so much shame about having money. He's like, you know what? I didn't inherit this. I didn't find it on the side of the road. I earned this with my brain. No matter how he did it, he used his brain to get it. And I love that he's open-minded about it.
It's a refreshing attitude to not have to feel like he has to put on some kind of act, that there's some kind of shame or embarrassment.
I hate fake humility.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys are buying into this. Remember that Saturday Night Live skit where Ronald Reagan turns out is really running all the foreign covert operations that he almost kills Jimmy Stewart? I think Warren Buffett secretly is like firing thousands of people every day.
But the combination of him not being shy about all his billions of dollars and also still being able to say, hey, I'm still going to wear my regular clothes and I'm still going to just get my hamburger and Coke for lunch, and I don't feel a need, like he's not running to get lobster or sushi or caviar. I just total guy that you want to hang out with.
Brock, the first time we ever met Mark Cuban, he came to the set, and this is down in Dallas in maybe '04, and he showed up at the set and he was wearing a white t-shirt, like a plain white t-shirt that you'd wear around the house or under something, jeans and flip-flops in the middle of winter, and it was showtime, so he threw a Mavs jersey on over the top of it, and Dan asked him why he dresses like that. He goes, I dress exactly like I would want to dress at the age of 12. And now I can because I'm the boss and I cannot be fired.
Money's awesome. Here's how Mclovin would handle it, because you went to social media with this gem. Warren Buffett still has burgers for lunch no matter what he makes. I'd have lobster stuffed with caviar and then not eat it to make a point. Let me ask you this, Richard. Why does Mclovin feel the need to act so mashugana?
He's very mashiggy. I'm disappointed. I hope that's just he's just being playful on social media. But we've alluded to this on previous shows, on and off the air, that he's changed a little bit. He's a big shot now and a big star. And from day one when I met him to now, he's getting a little full of himself. And I just hope that was playful and he wouldn't really order lunch quite that way.
Come on, are you kidding me? I said out a joke. This one guy sent 8 tweets about how he slaves to make hamburgers, and I don't appreciate his work of art. Now, maybe I didn't realize that he was joking, but he clearly didn't realize that I was joking. This seems to be happening more, especially on Twitter. You send out, obviously, a flippant remark, and then you get, especially me, I don't know if you guys get it too, I get like 10 really mean responses.
Twitter needs like a font or a color that says you're joking with whatever thing you send out. Like I'm not kidding, if they put a setting on Twitter, like a joke setting, and you put it like a red or an orange or whatever you want to call it, because I would say at least 25% of the people, I think the other day I said breaking news, and something that was not even possible happened. People are like, really? Is this true? I'm like, oh, come on.
You have to put a smiley face on everything.
Which you don't want to do.
Or a wink or something. Ridiculous.
If you guys won $1 billion, what would be the first thing you'd buy, and would you quit the show? Paulie, let's start with you.
I would not quit the show, at least not immediately. But the first thing I buy, I was looking the other day, I was at this dock, and I saw this boat. It was like a 40-foot Chris Craft wooden boat from the 50s.
Nice.
And I would probably buy that and just keep it there, not actually, sail it around, drive it, take it around, but it was so beautiful. It was like a piece of artwork. I would just get one of those.
Yeah, I would try to not quit the show, but eventually there does become a point where you're like, all right, well, I could be like traveling or sailing in my yacht right now, and I'm, hanging up on Jake in Wisconsin. Maybe I'm gonna go do that. So I would try not to, but eventually the time would come.
A giant yacht or a cruise ship sounds really nice. I'd, of course, buy the Broncos and relax. I
don't think you can afford the Broncos with $1 billion. I think you'd be almost broke after that. You'd be down to like $100 million left.
Yeah, of course I'd buy the Broncos like they're available, but
I think I could work something out with Pat Boland if I got billions of dollars floating around. But I'd probably do at least 1 or 2 more Cougars of the week before sailing off and retiring. So I'd stick around for a little while.
I wouldn't even finish this segment if I got $1 billion. I'd be gone. I'd trail off right now.
There you go.
I'd say my goodbye right now, and you would never see from me. But you can look up and see me in my private jet if you want to. Eating caviar stuffed with lobster, stuffed with caviar again. Throwing it out the window just to make that dude on Twitter mad.
Mac of caviar.
Stuffed with lobster.
I would film the whole thing and then send it directly to this guy's house just to say, dude, I was joking.
Okay. We asked the boss the same question. Let's see what he said in this edition of The Boss's Thoughts.
I would not quit the show. Absolutely not. I would buy an airplane. And then we would go to sporting events. We'd just fly all over the country, all over the world. We'd do our show from England for a soccer match. We would go to Augusta. We'd just fly all over the place. I'd just have it decked out where it's a flying man cave. And we would do the show from the plane, and it becomes a man cave with cameras there. We just jet set. Cristal, shorties, everybody gets divorced, and we just party.
Wow. Wow, there's a lot to bite into there. It started out pretty positive. Well, the thing about Dan Patrick, he is financially secure, and he does this because he does love it. And I think that's one thing he would do, because we all hate going to airports, and none of us have the money for a private jet. But that's got to be thing one that you would want if you had $1 billion. And we would keep doing the show, and he would take us all over the place. I don't think he was kidding there.
Okay.
Shorties and divorces.
Name of my album. Okay, stay right there, guys. Coming up, Mclovin's getting a big head. Shocker. And the boss has some advice for Johnny Manziel. Don't go anywhere.
down.
Go.
One more!
He's going for 4. Are you kidding me? I'd be in a muscle shirt today.
Welcome back to the box score. Huge moment on the show Friday, guys. Paulie, has Mclovin let the accomplishment go to his head yet?
Well, he's playing this very wisely. He's waiting for the moment to drop this on us. Whenever anyone talks about being strong, or tough, or whatever it may be, he's just gonna say scoreboard, and it's a smart move by him. Why come in today and gloat? It's done. It's on video, and so he'll wait for the right moment.
Scoreboard, right? Looks like Mclovin was a little high and mighty on his way to the box today.
Things are a little awkward on that side of the glass.
Why?
Ever since the bench press, guys are a little intimidated. I think Seaton's a little scared of me. He's calling me sir. It's kind of weird. Whole newfound respect.
There is. I can understand that.
That was sort of normal Mclovin high and mighty arrogance. To be honest with you, I had completely forgotten we had even done the whole weightlifting bit. That might as well have been 15 years ago if it was last Friday. So I was like, oh yeah, you did do that. That was pretty cool, but on to new things.
So you weren't cowering when I came to get water behind you this morning? You got out of the way?
I noticed your extra heavy footsteps, and I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Coward.
Well, Seaton, you were his biggest fan on Friday.
I'll take you down.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind, though, you know. We did it. He was a hero on Friday, and then today's Monday.
There you go. What a difference a weekend makes. Speaking of cocky, Johnny Manziel is scheduled to hold his pro day this week, but the boss suggested another idea.
I'm not going to do a pro day because I do all my damage at night. I'm Johnny Football. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at him spin it. Oh, 5-step drop. Oh! Oh, 7-step drop. Shotgun! Oh, this is from Merrill Hodge. Yeah. Ladies' night, pro night.
I think you got to go DJ, scantily clad women, neon lights, a dance floor. Just go all out. It should look something like a bar mitzvah or a sweet 16. Just play it up. If we're gonna go pro night, it should be all out and little appetizers, little Franks and jackets.
That's wild.
Like. That's what I'd be.
That's exactly what Johnny Manziel does.
Little
Every night with him, it's like a bar mitzvah.
Little jean shorts and things of that nature. Little cowgirls.
Manischewitz.
With boots.
He's like
high heels.
Todd.
Briss up in here. Some oil.
That's what I like.
You really paint a picture, Todd. Really paint a picture. Okay, let's take a break, guys. Coming up, it's time for the guys to audition for DP Show Mock Headline Writers. Stick around. Welcome back to the box score. Put on your thinking caps, guys. It's tourney time, so it's a perfect opportunity to present Dan Nation with another round of
Mock Headline Battle Royale.
That's so mean. I'll give you a headline, you give me a mock headline. First headline, the Dayton Flyers upset Syracuse. Let's start with the back row, Mclovin.
Okay, bear with me here.
No.
Barry.
If you had Syracuse or Ohio State going far in the tournament, you're probably asking yourself, off the Flyers, flying why now? Like flying high now?
Okay. Front row,
I have
Paul.
Rocky stuck in my head.
No excuses. Boeheim takes loss like a man.
Very reasonable. Fritzy,
like a C+.
what do you got?
Aren't you glad Dayton's in the Sweet 16?
And finally, Seaton.
That's pretty annoying.
I actually had no excuse. I had what Paul said. Now I changed it to what
All
you
right.
have.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange who? Exactly.
I like it. A classic knock-knock.
Ooh. Which one of those two orange-related ones do you like better, though, Brock?
I'm going to go classic with right off the Dixie Cup with Seaton's knock-knock joke.
Boom. Winner, winner.
Duke gets knocked out. Second headline, Duke gets knocked out of the tourney by Mercer. Fritzy, let's start with you.
Lord have Mercer. Just Lord have Mercy.
It's like the little shot.
Just let him.
Little shot to the ribs. There you go. Seton.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Duke. Duke who? Exactly.
Oh, you're killing me. Mclovin, what do you got?
This is simple and to the point. Blue hell.
Yeah?
Blue Devil.
Sort of esoteric.
Like Blue Heaven, my Blue Heaven.
And finally, Paulie.
Mercer rule. Duke gets KO'd.
All right.
You know what? Not bad. Finally, our last headline, and I can say this because I'm from Kansas. Wichita State loses to Kentucky. Front row, you first. Seton.
Wichita State upset. Knock, knock. Who's there? Shockers. Shockers who? Shockers that got knocked out.
Rush does.
Fritzy.
I had shock-a-doodle-doo wake-up call for Wichita State.
Shock-a-doodle-doo.
Doodle-doo.
Nice. Paulie.
Witch slapped. Kentucky dominates the Shockers.
That is solid. I like that. I like it. Okay.
Thanks.
And finally, Mclovin.
I have a few bad choices here on my paper. I'm gonna go with this one. Wichita State, question mark? Wait a second, Wichita is not a state.
Brutal.
I was laughing though.
Like Kansas State, I get Kansas State. What's Wichita State?
Okay, let me gather myself. The mock headline championship belt goes to Seton.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you
Thank
go.
you very much. Thank you.
Exciting.
Great.
There you
Thanks.
are.
This is quite an award. That's great.
Okay, coming up, we'll wrap things up on the box score.
He created this on-stage persona. Good dude, fun dude, character, and a big sports fan. So he'll be missed.
Welcome back to the Box Score. I'm here at the Box Score Bar where we will certainly pour and raise a pint because we had some sad news over the weekend, guys. Friend of the show, Dave Brockie, better known as Odorous, passed away. Seton, you and Odorous got up close and personal last year at a Guar concert. Tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, Guar famously does this thing at their shows where they feed people into a meat grinder and squirt the blood and stuff all over the place. And I was lucky enough to be fed into the meat grinder at one of their shows, and it was awesome. It was like basically a dream come true. That I had seen Guar before, and I never thought that I'd be lucky enough to be fed into the meat grinder. But yeah, Brockie is a good dude, man. He'll be missed. He's definitely gone way too soon.
Any of you other guys have a story about Odorous for us?
No, I just wanted to say that we'll all miss him a lot. I was initially pretty frightened of the guy when I first met him. I didn't know what to make of him. I wasn't as familiar as some of the other guys were with the music. But when he came in with the costume and the mask, he looked very intimidating. He looked like someone that I wouldn't want to be in a dark alley with. But then once I got to know him, he was just a really nice, respectful guy, genuinely excited about the show. And when we invited him on, he was really excited to be a part of it. So it was really awful to hear that.
Yeah, Brock, I knew a lot about Guar itself. I didn't know much about the individual members of the band, but I'd seen him a lot on different TV shows, and I'd never heard him interviewed. And he was a really smart guy, very intelligent, very aware of like the character he plays and the fan base. But he was like political, he knew sports. He was a very smart guy. And when we had him in studio, he played so well with the group. It's you appreciate someone like that because he's not a traditional guest on our show, and he crushed it both times he was on.
Seton, what was the name of the guy in the band that threw you into the meat grinder?
Oh man, I don't know. He's more like one of their like henchmen. You know, he's sort of like this underling type slave guy. I mean, ultimately we're all slaves to Odorous. But yeah, he was just sort of one of their dudes. And that actually getting him on the show and having him sit in for Mclovin is really one of the prouder things for me personally that we've accomplished, because there were just these moments as I see him walking around bare-assed in the studio, giving his take on like Bill Belichick and the Patriots, that I'm like, how the hell did we pull this off? Like, this actually is happening right now. Odorous, the gigantic spikes and stuff. Like, what are we doing? This is amazing. It was, it's so great. And then to go on and write the Wheel of Punishment song and become a friend of the show is really just an amazing thing.
Okay, well, speaking of meat grinders, let's lighten it up here. We caught you before the show. We went on today and we saw this. See, and this is a huge bite.
That's a salad grinder.
Yeah. Take that iceberg lettuce.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's too much ranch.
It looked like if you watch the end of that video, it looked like Seaton was checking the camera.
Yeah.
Are they shooting me right
now? You're absolutely right, Paul. I did give a once up, and I saw that it was pointed at both myself and Paul, and I thought, oh boy, there's a good chance that was just caught.
Right.
But you know, we don't really have a lot of time to eat in between, you know, shows there, and so you gotta do what you gotta do. And that sure is a horrifying sight.
And you did that. Okay, well, let's, Fritzy, why don't you tell us who's on DP tomorrow?
Reggie Miller will be joining us tomorrow. And just moments ago, we learned UCLA basketball coach Steve Alford will be part of things as well as he gets ready for the
2 UCLA guests.
That's right, top-seeded Virginia Cavaliers coming up for UCLA. So that's what we're looking at so far for tomorrow.
Super. Thanks for watching The Box Score. Tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching The Box Score. Holy cow!